This video is looking at how to sketch our y squared equals x. Now it's important to know the basic shape for that. So it's our sideways parabola. So our basic shape has the vertex at 0, 0 and the equal amounts above and below the x-axis. Now our general form of it is where we have y minus k all squared equals a squared outside of x minus h, where our vertex is at hk. So looking at this one here, we can see that the vertex is going to be at 2, 3. Sorry, got them around the wrong way. I've got to put my 3 first. So 3, 2 is where my vertex is at. So when I sketch that, and I'll just grab my ruler. I have got the x value is 3, y value of 2, and then we know we're going to have a shape that looks a bit like this. Now, we might want to find out if we've got an x-intercept by putting in our y equals 0. So that would be 0 take 2 squared is equal to x minus 3. So when we do negative 2 squared, we get 4 is x take 3. And then we have, if we plus the 4 over here, x equals 7. So if we put a little point over here of 7, that's where it's going to cut the x-axis at. Now, the other thing I wanted to show you is how you can put that into your calculator, because obviously we can't put it straight in as it is into our graphics calculator because it's not in the form of y equals. So to rearrange that, obviously we need to do the square root first. So we would have y minus 2 is equal to the square root of x take 3. Then we're going to add that 2. So we just make sure that that square root sign only goes over the x minus 3. And when we put it into our calculator, we actually have to do the plus and the minus version of it. So we'll have to also enter in the negative so that it shows both parts of that graph. So if we grab our calculator and we put in there the square root of x take 3 plus 2, then you'll see why we have to put in both parts. So see how it only does the top half? So then if we put the negative of that, you'll see it brings in that bottom half of the picture, which is what we've got here, and we should be able to see along that line that it will cut at 7 there. So we should be able to do a second trace 0 there, between 0 and 10. And a little bit tricky because I've got the 2 on there, but if we put our trace on the other function, we should be able to see it cutting through at around the 7 mark. So we may even be able to, now that it's on that function, do the 0 because it was on the top one before, and no, because those 2 are there, can't do that, but you can see that it is crossing at the 7, which is what we found out algebraically. So I hope that helps with your sketching of the y squared equals x. Always remember to know your general form of what that graph will look like.